Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another breakfast with Blaha. And today I'm having fat-free Greek yogurt and almond butter. All right, let's talk about something I see a lot of. I see way too many people, both in my comments section and in some of the different, like Facebook training and coaching groups I'm in. I see a lot of people, generally very new lifters, coming in trying to train 6 days a week. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is absolutely ludicrous. Even I and people realize who see me standing up or other people at events now and things. I'm a pretty good sized guy. In my 40s, I only lift 4 days a week, right? And then I have entire deload weeks where I don't lift at all. So any of my other training that's not during those main sessions, what do you guys think I do? I do abs, I do plyometrics, I do conditioning work, maybe a little grip training, right? That's what I do. I get in and lift weights. My clients, there's at least 4 vlogs out there from different clients of mine, both on my channel and who have their own blogs. They all train 4 days a week. Record holding power lifters, NFL players, all sorts of people, extreme people, only actually lift 4 days a week. Only exception you see to this who are successful are usually bodybuilders who are using ridiculous amounts of drugs that for most of you guys who are starting, you probably can't afford. You can't afford the quantities they take. And you wouldn't want to if you could. It seems to be your one exception. And even then, the argument could be made that it's not even helping them. That's kind of the point, because we've seen that in the past when you go back and look. There have been some champions and Mr. Olympias who only train 3 or 4 days a week. They did just as well as the guys do in 6, so it becomes useless. And you know, these kids will look at this and be like, well, I feel like I need this exercise and this and all this volume. No, you're just coming in doing a bunch of fluff. I can get kids, like a lot of these people, because kids to me may not be what it means to you guys. 23 is a kid, okay, to me. I'm about to turn 45, like a couple weeks actually. So to me, that's a kid. I get kids big who are novices, 4 days a week, 10 to 12 sets per muscle. Yes, that includes squats being quads and adductors and so on. All right, that means bench press is pecs, front delts, and triceps when I'm talking about these 10 to 12 sets. It's not a problem. They gain muscle rapidly. They gain strength rapidly. When you start looking at the studies that we have, you look at all the studies we have. It doesn't take that much volume to maximize muscle growth, particularly in novice lifters. Okay? And novice lifters don't even seem to benefit from a lot of the smaller exercises. That's one that'll mess people up. If you're already doing bigger movements, a lot of novice lifters don't see any extra arm growth by doing curls. Not what I say, that's what multiple studies show that measured hypertrophy. Now, it doesn't mean curls are useless, because they found that if they didn't do any back work, that curls produce just as much muscle growth in the bicep. But if they did back work, again, lat pull downs and stuff, again, vertical pulls, horizontal doesn't build as much bicep. What happens? They gain the same amount of muscle that groups that only did curls did in their biceps, but they also gain back muscle. So a lot of this stuff starts to become redundant, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that novice lifters haven't built a lot of work capacity. They haven't built a lot of recovery. And that stuff can take years to build, by the way. You're not going to build it by training 6 days a week either. You're going to build it by building your workloads in a single session. But they haven't built these things up enough to benefit from really high volumes of anything. And they do better if they just focus on a handful of big exercises. Big exercises. What do I mean? I get novice lifters pretty big with squats, deadlifts, good mornings, bench, overhead press, rows, chins. It's about all you need. Assuming they can even do chins. Some of them can't. That's really all you need. If I even let them do anything else for my clients who are in that category, and I'm probably, might come a point next year where I won't even take novice clients anymore, right? Kind of boring. I may not even take any if my business continues to grow. I might require you to be an intermediate to even get coaching. Do my free programs. Learn how to video yourself, learn good form. Because mostly with novices, it's mostly form coaching. Because they can't seem to figure out how to video themselves and look at it and realize their wrists are bent back on the bench and their feet dance around on the bench. So the point is they just don't need that much work. A handful of big exercises will literally build 100% of the muscle that they need. Well, they sure as hell don't need to be in the gym 6 days a week. And again, look at the volume studies. The volume studies show that very quickly muscle growth goes down as volume starts going up, barring circumstances that allow you to recover better. So in other words, this idea, well, if I just do more, maybe it'll give me an insurance policy. Actually, it's not what most of the data shows. The volume studies show this at a very quick threshold, you gain muscle. And then at this threshold, if you add more work, you gain less. You add more work, you gain less. So these people do this stuff, and then they wonder why they're not gaining muscle quickly. They wonder why they're floundering. Well, all you're doing is training and not recovering, probably not eating. Like a video I had a day or so ago, probably. Anyone who looks at this bowl of yogurt and says, that's way too much protein, that's a lot of food. Yeah, that's why you're not gaining muscle. If you actually think that is, this is weight loss. I'm cutting right now. As I cut on 3,000 calories and over 200 grams of protein, I'm cutting, I'm losing body weight. You think that's a lot of food, maybe that's not why you're not getting bigger. And you're training 6 days a week. You don't need to be. You're getting a terrible training stimulus versus recovery. You're not eating, you're probably not sleeping enough, not resting enough. That's why you're not making gains. Okay. This 6 day a week nonsense, it just has to stop. There are very, very, very few people who can even make appropriate gains on 6 days a week. And I don't think for anyone out there does it actually add more. I am of that opinion. It will never put more muscle on you than 4 days a week. It's just that you can get away with it in some cases. That's it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.